Next, we're going to learn about if-else statements. You can use if statements to run code statements only if certain conditions are met. So here's an example here. We have a value that is going to be evaluated and stored in my num. If the solution to this is equal to 11, then we will print out they are equal. And so you can see in this code down here, inside of the parentheses besides if, we need to specify a Boolean expression. If the expression is true, then the code inside the braces is printed out. So since my num is equal to 11, they are equal is printed out over here in the console. If the condition is false, nothing happens. So here, since 10, which is the value of happy, is not greater than 11, print me will not show up to the console. We use else to tell the computer what to do if the condition is false. So this example, now I got printed instead, will be printed to the console because happy is not greater than 11, therefore this got printed. You can chain many cases together using else if. When we use else if, only the first case will be evaluated. So in this code here, statement 1 will be printed out even though the second statement, sad is equal to false, is also true. You can also place if statements inside other if statements for some interesting behavior. So here we have 10 is less than 20, and this is true, so we go inside of this if statement. And then we have is 20 less than 30, which is true, and so hello is printed out. If, for example, num2 was equal to 40, this would evaluate to false, and so then hola would be printed out. Let's now write a program. This one will first print out is coding fun, and then we'll wait for some user input. If the user enters yes, the computer prints out yes, I'm glad you're enjoying it. If the user enters no, the computer prints out, oh no, that's too bad. Otherwise, the computer prints out, I don't understand you. Goodbye. So let's first start out with the first part. We're going to break this down a little bit. So console.writeLine is coding fun. Let's print that out and make sure that works. Cool. Now we're going to wait for some user input. And if we remember how to do that from the reading from the console activity, we know that var input is equal to console.readLine. Let's make sure that this waits for some input. Oh, looks weird. Let's run it again and see if that was just a weird bug. Okay, sounds good. Looks like there was just some extra stuff on my computer. So now that we have input stored in console.readLine, we're going to say if input is equal to yes, then console.writeLine yes, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Else, if input is equal to no, then we're going to write out, oh no, that's too bad. Lastly, if neither of those are entered, we're going to have a last else statement, which will catch everything else. And so we'll say console.writeLine, I don't understand you. Goodbye. Let's run this and we'll run it with all cases to check that it works. Again, seems to be something wrong with my computer, so I'm going to delete that part. Let's first check with yes. Yes, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Let's run it again so we can test the no case. And again, I'll get rid of that. And then we'll test the something else case, which actually I can just put this random stuff inside of it. I don't understand you. Goodbye. Awesome. So something else that we can kind of explore is switch statements. So using a lot of if-else statements can get very long and confusing. And so we can also use switch statements if we want to compare a single variable against multiple values. For example, in that activity above, we can read the line that we store in input, and then we can say different cases for each of these. So yes prints out, yes, I'm glad you're enjoying it. no prints out, oh no, that's too bad. And the default case, so the else at the end of all the if else's, is I don't understand you, goodbye. Each case represents a possible value that the variable might take. Make sure you use a break statement to tell the computer you've completed all the actions in this case. You can see that there's a break after each of these cases, so it doesn't continue checking.